Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Gwadash, and double honor to the apostles of the great millstone that have taught me what I now know through the Spirit, and to also include the other bishops as well that have taught us right along with the other apostles. And I say Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Barakatham to the overall elect whom this gospel is for, and so that it is everything that we do. Getting into this article, as you can see, as it reads, fry up lover who ate up undercooked bacon ended up with pork worms in his brain. Health chief says it should be cooked to at least 145 Fahrenheit, 63 degrees Celsius. To wipe out bug risk after a 52-year-old man ended up having to go to hospital where doctors gave him a grim diagnosis. And once again, it makes no difference how you cook it, how you rear pigs. If you owned a farm, you could have raised pigs on greens from their infant stage to the point where you slaughtered them. It's still going to be unclean because the Lord said so. And not only because the Lord said so, but the Heavenly Father, this is His creation. So He would know best of His creation than we would know. So it's for us to follow the instructions of going about on this earth rather than making up our own rules. All right. So when we're speaking about the swine here, as this reads, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, meaning his foot is split, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. Because you have, if you look at the pig feet, it's split, but it's unclean because it cheweth not the cud, meaning it doesn't properly digest or chew its food properly. Like, for example, when you look at the oxen, how it chews grass, and even lambs, goats, it chews its food. But what the pork does, it just gobbles and just swallows what they eat. Doesn't properly digest it. Of their flesh shall you not eat, and their carcass shall you not touch. They are unclean unto you. So there's a video that I want to show you, brothers, as well as you sisters too. You see this pile of dump of plastic. What this video is going to show is that they can powder this stuff, and then once they powder this stuff, they feed it to the same pigs that they'll sell you in the stores. Okay? So this is basically what you're eating. See, that's the after process right there. So that's one of the reasons why it's unclean, because the pork will eat absolutely anything in sight. Anything that looks to be garbage or carcass, it'll eat up. It'll even eat its own shit and mud if it's that hungry to. And the main reason why they'll eat anything and can eat anything, because they have so much various parasites working with them to eat all of this disposable goods that's left in front of them. That's what's really working with these swine, is that these wiggly worms or these intestinal worms, these internal worms is working with them. All right. So when you eat the pork, even though you may have raised it to be clean all its life, guess what? It's still gonna have these parasites in them because they're made to eat garbage. They're like a live vacuum cleaner. Okay, so I mean, if you can eat the pork, then you might as well take everything out of your vacuum cleaner, all of that dirt and all of that stuff that you vacuum from your house, and just put it on your plate. It's no different. So that's what it is equivalent to when you eat pig meat or pork, have you will. While you're eating it, you're eating everything that it's eating, everything that is absorbed, which is garbage. Your body's not gonna absorb it. And guess what you're taking with you when you eat that stuff? These parasites. And that's why you have people that eat a whole lot and then they become obese. All of a sudden now they're storing fat. And now they got two things working with them that's making them to crave more and more and more food. Because when you eat sugary foods a lot, what happens is your sugar levels spike. So when your sugar levels spike, you become crave some for more food. And then also when you eat sugary products or highly carb foods with a lack of nutrients, you also produce parasites as well. So not only you have the high blood sugar thing going on, but you also have the worms, the parasites working with you. So now you can't help but stop eating. You gotta constantly eat. Okay? So that's why you gotta be careful what you're eating. So what I want to do is I want to read the story of Yahweh Shai, right? When Yahweh Shai encountered some fierce demons, boy. These demons were fierce. So let's go up and read. Let's go up and read verse 28 right here. And when he was come to the other side into the country of Gergesnes, this is Matthew 8 and 28, right? There met him two possessed with devils, in other words, demons, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. Man, oh man. And behold, they cried out, saying, what have we to do with thee, Yahweh Shai, thou son of the Most High? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? So here it is, these demons were very fierce, but yet they felt tormented just by the presence of Yahweh Shai. You know why? Because Yahweh Shai is the head officer in the spiritual realm. So these demons, they know the spirit. They knew the spirit of Yahweh Shai. And they were terrified of him. All right? The demons know, man. They know who to mess with and who not to mess with. That's why when certain men were trying to exorcise those demons, that the demons didn't know, what did the demons say? Paul I know, and such and others I know, right? I think he mentioned the Apostle Paul I know, and Peter I know, but who are you? And they got the whooping that ass, man, so bad that their clothes got ripped off from them. Their garments got, as a matter of fact, let me pull that out real quick. Let's read that. Paul I know. Right. Yeah, this is it right here. Okay. So now let's begin by reading Acts 19 and 13. And then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, saying, we adjure you by Yahweh Shai, whom Paul preacheth. And there were 7 sons, one of Sceva, a Jew, and the chief of the priests which did so. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahweh Shai I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye? And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them and overcame them and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of that house naked and wounded. Yeah, because some demons didn't know who the hell these guys were. So if the demons recognize you, they also recognize you because what? You have been claimed by Yahweh Shai. All right? So it's, again, even in the spiritual realm, it's who you know. And if you're not known by the right person, man, them demons is going to get the best of your ass, man. Have your ass running to save your life, man. Okay, so anyway, going back to the point, these fierce demons wanted to run into the swine. Let's read that. So as this reads, and behold, they cried out, saying, what have we to do with thee, Yahweh Shai, thou son of the Most High? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? And there was a good way off from them an herd of many swine feeding. So the devils besought them, saying, If thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. And he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine, and behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea and perished in the water. So why did they go to the swine? Because the demons, what they love is they love filth. So as a man, let's just say you have a filthy, defiled mind, you're going to attract more demons, and then you're going to become even worse than you was before. Case in point, when a guy leaves the truth, let's even read this. When a man leaves the truth and that Holy Spirit leaves him, what else comes? Them demons come around. Matthew's, I think this is Matthew's 12, man. I said, man, 12 in verse 44. Matthew's 12 in verse 44. Yeah, so as this reads, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through a dry place, or dry places seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house, from whence I came out. So this shows you that before you came into the truth, you had an original demon that was dealing with you. Okay? And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first, and even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. Right. So that old original demon that was with you before takes on more spirits, more evil and wicked than himself. So when you fall out of the faith, man, all of a sudden now you just become a bug out. There's even a particular guy that we knew, man, and man, you know, he ain't the same. He ain't the same when we first met him. So we have a little experience of that. But yeah, you know, when you leave the truth, you become a defiled person. You become a defiled person, and that's when demons love to fester, and they love to fester in filth. And anything on one that's defiled. That's what they love. All right? Even when you're in the house, right? And the house may stink or whatever, or the house is not clean thoroughly well, them demons come in there. And if you sleep in that house, you're going to find yourself having experienced demonic attacks. Or let's just say that your house is clean, right? But the environment you're in is shit. You're still going to have those situations, man. Because demons, again, like to fester in filth. And that's why they went into the swine instead. So this is the reason why, as I've already went into, why you don't want to be touching this pig. Or the pig, just in general. You don't want to eat this stuff, man. Because when you eat this stuff, you take on board everything that it has. The parasites and the garbage that it eats. Plus the demons. And from that point, you cooked. So anyway, that's all I got to say with this, man. I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shine, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. And with that, I'm going to close on this one as well. Shalom.